Let's look at legumes. Now, legumes are considered to be a dry dehiscent fruit. So when we talk about legumes, we're going to talk about the type of fruiting body we have, and we're going to talk about a plant group that has this kind of fruiting body. So legumes, again, dry dehiscent fruits. These plants have compound leaves. They have irregular flowers. If we look at it, we can see this particular legume flower, and that's quite pretty. If we look at it from a side view, we see the different plant parts. We can see the stigma and the style coming out, and this is eventually going to turn into the fruit. We can also see where the anthers are on these. So these are complete, perfect flowers. They often have irregular type formats. In this particular one, this is a clover, and you can see that it's got an irregular type flower. This is vetch, and again, it's got a similar flower. The difference between the two is the clover has it in a head, whereas the vetch is individual. We could look at this. This is a mimosa type, and you can see how this does not look like it's got a complete flower, but it does have a perfect flower. These are the parts that are going to give rise to the seed pods. Again, this is a small one, and you can see the flowers, and right next to it, we've got the dehiscent pods already forming. This is a tree that we have common in this area that just fills with these pods, and you can see the individual seeds on the inside of them. As we've got that, you can see that it's quite showy, and you can see that these have produced a tremendous amount of seed. This is the peanut. Peanut is a legume, and it is a very special type of plant that we use. We like legumes because legumes tend to produce fruits that have a lot of protein in them. This is kudzu, and kudzu is a serious weed problem in the southern United States and many other places of the world. When we look at kudzu, it is a legume. It was originally brought to the United States because it was thought of as being a pasture type crop, and it will grow anywhere. This is clover. And again, you can see the leaves on this. We've got 3 leaves together, so 3 leaves are, often common in legumes. And that's a close-up of your clover, and you can see that you've got a 3-leaf clover here. Sometimes you can find a 4-leaf clover, and they say that that's lucky. When we look at the legume fruit, think peanut. It's a dry fruit that splits in half. So it's a very simple type fruit. This particular one was split open so that we could get to the seeds on the inside of it. When you look at the seeds and you pull them apart, you find that it's got 2 parts in it. Those 2 halves are the cotyledons. And look at that central part there. You see a little cone, and on the end of it, it's got these little feathery-like things. Well, those are really embryonic leaves. And those leaves are going to turn into the plant, and the little cone part is going to turn into the root system. These are seeds. They've got good nutritional value, and that's why we consume them. When we think legume, think green bean or pea. These legumes are fleshy when they are eaten. If you think of green beans, we take green beans, we eat green beans, and we eat them when they're fleshy. If you let them dry down, you get something that we would call a navy bean. The navy bean can be cooked up into things like baked beans and other dishes like that. The fleshy type is actually made to be consumed green. When you look at the fruit, the legume is a fruit that splits open where the seeds are attached along one side. Now you can see we've got 5 seeds in here. And these 5 seeds are attached along a single side. And then down below, we've got the other half of the legume. You can see the point of attachment. The point of attachment is called a hilum. And all of these beans have that little area on it. If you think of peas, and we look at peas, there's a pea pod that's been popped open, and you can see the 3 little peas in a pod and a couple that never developed. The 3 little peas in a pod are all attached on the same side. When we think of legumes, they are an excellent source of protein and fiber, as you've got excellent sources of proteins and fibers, and they are dry. That is one of the reasons that they are used so much worldwide, because they have this ability to produce protein and produce fiber, and they can be stored for long periods of time without refrigeration. This particular photo, you can see how many different types we got. We got black ones, we got red ones, we've got speckled ones, we've got white ones with little black spots on it, we got white ones without the black spots, we got the large lima bean type ones, we got the dark red kidney beans, we've got chickpeas in the center, we've got peas over here. Lentils are the little brown ones. And these are all different types of legumes that we consume because of their nutritional value. Legumes are a good source of protein and good source of fiber. 4. Legumes, an excellent group of plants that are often cultivated because of the nutritional value we can get from them. They have a dehiscent pod that splits open at maturity.